UMG and TikTok. In this conversation that I'm talking about, traditional media not understanding what time it is, and then they're about to go out of business. Y'all don't understand what time it is. So UMG, I have to find this stuff, right, with UMG and TikTok. It's so silly. Like, it's like the audacity. So UMG basically threatened TikTok and said, we're pulling, they've pulled out all their music from TikTok. I have to find it. They've pulled out all their music from TikTok. And it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Y'all see that? So, yikes. TikTok calls UMG self-serving after the music giant threatens to pull music catalog from TikTok over compensation dispute. Could include music from Drake, J. Cole, SZA, and more. And actually, they did go ahead and pull it. This was reported 4 days ago, but they actually ended up pulling it. So this is a portion of UMG's letter to TikTok with respect to the issue of artist and songwriter compensation. TikTok proposed paying our artists and songwriters at a rate that is a fraction of the rate that similarly situated major social media platforms pay. Today, as an indication of how little TikTok compensates artists and songwriters, despite its massive and growing user base, rapidly rising advertising revenue, and increasing reliance on music-based content, TikTok accounts for only 1% of our total revenue. Ultimately, TikTok is trying to build a music-based business without paying fair value for the music. And then TikTok comes and they respond. Statement in response to Universal Music Group. It is sad and disappointing that Universal Music Group has put their own greed. This is crazy. This is like two, rivals retweeting and going after each other on Twitter. So hold on. Has put their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters, despite Universal's false narrative despite Universal's false narrative and rhetoric, the fact is they have chosen to walk away from powerful support of a platform with well over 1 billion users and serves as a free promotional and discovery vehicle for their talent. TikTok has to be able to reach artists first. TikTok has to be able to reach artists first agreements with every other label and publisher. Clearly, Universal's self-serving actions are not in the best interest of the artists, songwriters, and fans. And these are some of the artists. We're talking about Drake. We're talking about Bad Bunny, Ariana Grande, J. Cole, Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, SZA, and DaBaby. All right, here's my take. People need to understand. This is in line with the conversation that I'm having about traditional media, traditional gatekeepers not understanding what time it is. They don't understand what time it is. So let me break it down. Because they were used to the old avenues or the old revenue streams, they have failed to unlock and focus on the real revenue streams that will turn them into multi-billion-dollar companies. And this is the moment in time that individuals need to get in their head and think about. I'm going to break it down for you what exactly you can do to tap into this. But before I do that, I want individuals to start thinking sharp and understanding what time it is. So here it goes. This is the key that you need to understand. Content is not the product. Content is marketing. Music is not a product. Music is marketing. This happened with music in 20 years ago. Like years ago. This happened with music when consumers stopped paying for music. So I don't understand why it's taken the music industry 20 years not to just accept the fact that nobody wants to buy music. It's first started with consumers. Now it's even your licensing of music. People are not going to pay for it. Why would they pay for it when they're giving you a platform to promote your music? What Universal Music doesn't understand is that, remember in that 2020 to 2021 season when basically 2020 to 2021 season, basically these guys, independent artists were just blowing up on TikTok. Did you notice that hasn't really happened anymore? Like the quantity, the velocity of independent artists just going viral on TikTok. It hasn't happened anymore because the labels outbid for those spaces. The labels pushed for their artists to get the attention. Now all of a sudden, it's Nicki Minaj going viral, it's Kanye West, it's Beyonce going viral. They took all those spots on TikTok because TikTok is a vehicle that will make you famous. And no, not Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels, basically TikTok sets the trend and every other social media platform follows suit. So if you don't have TikTok pushing what is the next hot song, Instagram's not going to post it. Instagram's not going to push it. And neither is YouTube. So now we're not going to discover Drake's, just the way that I was talking about Taylor Swift and the fact that I haven't even heard a Taylor Swift song in her latest album since 2020. I haven't heard any of her music. She didn't go viral on TikTok. So I have never heard a Taylor Swift song since 2020. And that's what's going to happen to the rest of these UMG artists, including Drake. And I know people can't believe that Drake is not going to be popular anymore. At least his music, his brand is going to be popular. And that's what the problem is. People are conflating brand popularity with music popularity. If you do this, Drake is not going to be known for his music anymore. If you do this, you have to think about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj's whole album relied on TikTok to make her go viral. High heels on my tippy. SZA. All of these artists, without TikTok, nobody will know their music anymore. So Universal Music needs to understand, in fact, they should pay TikTok. They need to be paying TikTok for the popularity of their artists so that they can leverage that and create other sales. And soon TikTok is going to start charging. Now they charge. There's like a push that happens and, a marketing push. Right now, the money doesn't go to TikTok per se. Right now, it goes to influencers who push songs, right? Big influencers push songs. But soon, TikTok should start charging these labels. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But that's what I'm trying to get at is like TikTok doesn't understand the value that's being created by, not TikTok, UMG doesn't understand the value that's being created by TikTok's platform. TikTok decides what songs are going to be hot. That's where TikTok is. And that might not be the case in 10, 15 years from now, but it's the case today. So you're going to have to play by their rules. And it's so understandable why they're like, whatever. They're not going to play your game. And they're even going to disrespect you because they don't even see you as a customer. They are doing you a favor. And to me, it's just so entertaining to watch people. It's a thing about people, right? People can't take the abuse that they give other people. This is the same exploitation and abuse, and I wouldn't even call it exploitation, but this is the level of the power that these labels used to have and the gatekeeping abilities that they had. It was how they used to abuse power on artists before, and they no longer have that anymore. They can no longer do that anymore. Now TikTok is doing it to them, and now all of a sudden they're upset. And they want, they have their panties in a twist. So it's really interesting watching what's going to happen. And I saw a video from this artist that was talking about how like she's an independent artist and she doesn't want to get a label. Why would anybody get a label if you're an artist? Guys, you need to get my artist starter kit. I'm gonna put the link in the description of this video once I leave the video up. But you have to get my artist starter kit because I break down for you why you don't need a label deal in 2024. You really don't. All you need to do is get a loan. You can get a bank loan. If you find a way to get good enough collateral, get a bank loan and use that to promote your music. There needs to be, I think we're going to shift away from the label model to the music education programs that teach artists how to sell and push their music and make it mainstream and popular. That is where I think if I was a label owner, that's what I would focus on instead of trying to gatekeep, like generate revenue from selling music. You need to understand that, or you need to focus on the creator middle class. Because if you create a course and you sell it for $1,000 a piece, even if 500, think about how much UMG would make if they just created a school of music for the everyday creative, everyday musician. Opening that door for the creator middle class, or so the musician middle class, which is going to happen more and more, and teaching them how we made Beyonce, how we made, they should make a masterclass type thing. That's where the new money is. That's where the new opportunity is, not in these old school, traditional routes that you've done. That's not how it's going to work anymore. Content is not the product. It is marketing. So you need to understand that, okay, the music industry had to understand this before, but they found other revenue streams primarily through tours, merchandise, all these things. And then they were still getting money from licensing. But now, when you're dealing with these social media platforms, licensing is getting cheaper and cheaper every day as there are more content creators using your music. They're paying less and less for it. Even YouTube has like a whole sort of like music library for creators and some songs we get for free, and we can use popular songs. Some of them are free, some of them are like $1. Like a whole Kanye West song, I could put it on my YouTube video for like $1. So the game is changing, and it's just crazy to me that UMG is not aware of this. UMG is not accepting this, and it's wild. It is wild that that's the case. Oh, you guys can see my whole chat. It's wild that that's the case. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah. I think that's everything that I said I was going to talk about. Wait, let me see. High heels. Yeah. I talked about Taylor. I talked about the Grammys. I talked about UMG and TikTok. I talked about the creator economy and the changing landscape that we're in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been on for like an hour and 30 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out Brand Video Pro. Check out Auto Create. Wait, am I pointing in the right place? Yeah, check that out. Auto Create, guys. Check it out. Book a consultation with me. All the stuff I've been talking about here, I can help you with your business and all that stuff. Help you with your business with consulting. I have different programs and stuff that you can check out. Go check it out. Autocreate.com. Auto-create.com. And let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment. And I'm out. That was a good live stream. It was long. But I'm going to soon start trying to push it to 2 hours. We're at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark, but I have talked. I don't know how these live streamers do this stuff and they talk nonstop. Guys, I am going to call it quits. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. You're watching Brand Video Pro, and I'm your host, Kenim. I'll see you next time.